Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today on a Thursday. This is where we gather for a song and a thought for the day. So glad you are with us whenever you're watching. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Robin. The Green Dragon. Good morning, Kenna. I'm sure someone out there will get that reference. Well, let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. Morning, Terry. Help me call a blessing down, for I think our poor old world needs it. A blessing of peace, a blessing of the ordinary, a blessing of national life without chaos, and personal life without fear. And help me pray a healing down, for I know how much we need it. A strengthening of the bonds between us. Simple respect and patient listening, a new beginning for us all. Help me welcome the sacred down. The wide-winged spirit drawn from every corner of heaven to walk among us once more, to show us again how it can be when justice is the path and love the destination. Amen and amen. Well, here's another one of those roll back the years songs, Bettah Life. Of course, this comes out of the big songbook by Johan Anderson, and written by, this one is, not all the songs in here are written by Johan, obviously, but this one is, and I never caught this little note in here. You know, the way that these books are written in, you know, with the font and everything, there's notes and things all over the place, right? Pictures and stuff. Well, there's a note here on Bettah Life that it says it was written with Jamaican inmates at San Quentin Prison. Written with Jamaican inmates at San Quentin Prison. How about that? I never knew that. Talk about someone who would know about Bettah Life, you know, and desire Bettah Life. Yeah, thought that was very interesting. Good morning, Faye. Good morning to you whenever you're watching. All right, so here we go. Bettah Life for life. Hey, hey, Bettah Life, enjoy. Enjoy Bettah Life for major. Bettah Life, say the Lord. When you know the one who made you. When you know the one. When you know the one who made you. Bettah Life, be God. Bettah Life for life. Hey, hey, Bettah Life, enjoy. Enjoy Bettah Life from who made you. Who made you? Bettah Life, Lord. Hey, man. Bettah Life in the sun. Amen. Bettah Life to God. Bettah Life to life. Hey, Bettah Life, enjoy. Enjoy Bettah Life from who made you. Who made you? Bettah Life, say the Lord. I come for you to have a whole life. Bettah Life in the form. I come for you to have a more life. Bettah Life than before. Bettah Life for life. Hey, hey, Bettah Life, enjoy. Yeah, me too, Kenna. Yeah, love that song. 1994, it says, and it also has a note in here that to run, hey, man, mo better life to run. So to run in Jamaica is to live fully your life. It's a quote from taken from Cool Runnings, the bobsled movie. One of our favorite youth group bus movies. You could put on Cool Runnings and everybody would have a good time. All right. So yeah, Mo Better Life. Another one of my dad's roll back the years songs. But one I thought was appropriate for the Easter season and also for this closing chapter in our book, The Eighth Rung of the Ladder to the Light, the Rung of Transformation. Because the readings for today, and I'm going to try and get 3 of them in, they all have to do with transcendence and how real our connection to the spiritual is, and how thin sometimes the walls can be between this world and the next. And having helped with a beautiful outdoor memorial service yesterday in a gorgeous setting in rural Chatham County. Yeah, sometimes you do get a feeling of those walls being very thin. This first reading is When the Spirit Passes By. A hush comes over the garden around twilight, when the light turns to lavender and the first night breeze has cooled the air. A stillness settles on the earth, and the flowers bow their heads. The birds come to roost in the trees. Even the little brook that runs beyond the backyard fence seems to cease its childlike chatter. Quiet comes to creation, and I stand motionless beneath the rising moon, arms outstretched to welcome the arriving stars, whispering the ancient traditions and the prayers of past generations, the vespers of my tradition. I lower my head in awe and admiration. The Spirit is passing by. Be still, be aware. She walks the garden in her dress of evening shadows. Charleston says, my brother sleeps with the ancestors beneath the green earth of Nanaweya. The light that he knows is constant because he has emerged into the future, where what we dream becomes reality. There is a ladder of light before us, if only we will see it. The link between this world and the next is real. It has substance. You can feel it. It is the tangible faith that we have put to use, the actions we take, the words we speak, the visions we serve. See, Native American tradition is deeply mystical, but also practical. My ancestors would say this kind of close partnership with the Spirit is part of the blessing of kinship. This experience is all around us if we are awake enough to see it. The vision the Spirit offers is not for the few, but for the many. Through her love, she makes prophets of us all. And in one of his Spirit prayers, he writes, the other side of real. You have heard the whispers on quiet summer evenings when you have been walking alone. They are the sound of the ancestors speaking softly just on the other side of what we call real. You have seen the strange light at twilight, like candles lit in evening rooms, beckoning people home to houses that you cannot see. You have felt the touch on your shoulder when you were deep in prayer or bent with worry. You have known the energy that hums along the wires of faith, the presence of a power that knows how to heal. You have experienced the physical mystery that surrounds us, the mystery of the Spirit, the 1,000 tiny proofs that we live next door to heaven, waking up in a wonder we are only beginning to discover. The ladder to the light is within you. No matter how dark the world may seem, the ladder is always there, waiting for you to make your climb. You do not have to be a saint or to gain spiritual awareness or engage in spiritual action. Be only who you are, and that is a person who cares. Be intentional about making your climb one step at a time. Each rung is a lesson, an experience, a part of your formation. And as you grow in each step, you become stronger and more effective in making change happen. One of darkness's strategies is to make us feel too weak and too small to make a difference. The Kiva tells us otherwise. This book's message is that every human being has the ability to walk the path of blessing. We are all called. We are all worthy. And his next little spirit prayer here says, the land of earth and heaven. Into every life comes moments when sound slips to silence, when motion slows to pantomime, when the hard reality of this life blurs into the softer outline of the sacred. What is holy is not distant, but imminent. What is holy is not distant, but imminent. What you reach for in prayer is already in the palm of your hand. We are not mystics on a lonely summit, but common laborers in the fields of wonder. I love that. We are not mystics on a lonely summit, but common laborers in the fields of wonder. Feel the presence of the Spirit in the room where you're sitting. Feel the energy of the Spirit moving around you. You have dual citizenship in the land of earth and heaven, being both now and coming to be, having being made of mud and stardust, being a child who is so soon an elder. Charleston writes, in this book, I have boldly claimed to have received messages from God or from the Spirit. Does that mean that I'm special? No, just the opposite. It means I am common, because every person receives messages from the Spirit, even if they do not always see them clearly or understand their full meaning. The path to our liberation is in understanding that the spiritual life is not reserved for a few holy individuals, or even a particular religious community. Hierarchy and competition is not the way to the future. That path is for all of us, the family of humanity, to recognize the dignity of every person who seeks a deeper meaning and a higher purpose. And that is what the ladder of light symbolizes. The journey each of us makes down into the heart of meaning and back up to the land of purpose. Down into the heart of meaning and back up to the land of purpose. We may have different ideas about the source of our inspiration. We may worship in different ceremonies and pray with different words. That's a given. Because we understand and accept diversity as part of our nature as the tribe of human beings, those differences can be the subject of conversation at another time. But for now, in these days of darkness, we need to be about healing ourselves from past conflicts and empowering one another for the shared struggle that we all face together. The struggle to bring peace, justice, and healing into our world. Yeah. I love that idea of heaven is in the room next door, right? We were having a Bible study many years ago when Ray Broadwell was here at the church, and we had somebody in there who was convinced that heaven was beyond the stars, that it was a distant, and they were talking actually about space travel. Space travel. The Artemis 2 journey brought this to my mind the other day, and this gentleman's belief was that as we traveled further out in space, we actually got closer to heaven, because that's where heaven was, somewhere out there, and that somehow we traveled through the stars to reach heaven when we died. And maybe through our space exploration one day we would reach it. And I remember Ray Broadwell handling that really well to say that, well, that's a beautiful idea, and understand it is not found in Christian teaching anywhere. But we also don't have a certainty of what heaven is, and that sort of thing. He handled it well, giving permission for the gentleman to have these ideas, but also challenging him a little bit on this idea of the distance of heaven when Jesus prays for heaven on earth. And as Bishop Charleston says, it can be in the room next door. Not so distant as we might imagine. All right, y'all have a great day. Thanks for being here. We are going to wrap up this book, believe it or not, and move on to something else here in the next, probably another week or so. But I'll miss it. It's been a good book. I find myself going back and rereading many of the readings, and helpful in my day. So may you find peace and purpose in this day. And I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another morning watch.